Obviously, second half, our defense was the difference in the game. We were able to keep them off the foul line for the most part. Limit NC State to a lot of jump shots. We were much more solid in the second half. Maybe our press had a little effect on that, trying to not let them get set up. Hopefully our press had a wearing effect. Although we didn't create a lot of steals with it, we were trying to use our depth to our advantage and trying to wear them down, just keep them off balance as much as we could. But Mark's got a young team, and they're only going to get better as the year goes on. These games are good for everybody. And next year we got to go to Raleigh, and it's going to be much tougher in their place. But it's a good game for both of us. Both teams can use this to get better. It's a great win for our team, though. Our seniors were the difference in the game: Titus, Justin, and SK.
All three of those guys got in foul trouble in the first half and all went to the bench. Obviously, it was very important to stay in the game with them on the bench.
Yeah, I thought that's where I was most proud of. And I'm looking forward to watching the tape of the way we were playing without those three guys. We were in a little bit of a deficit at some point, like 27-25 or something like that. So to get to the halftime with those guys playing, those guys sitting on the bench for quite a while. And conversely, SK and Justin got to be a lot smarter with their second foul. Their second foul was something that you would think a freshman would do. So they got to be smarter than that, especially with the way the game's being called. Those were both bad fouls last year. This year, you might as well turn to the ref and just say, hey, I want 2 fouls, subbing out. If you're watching these games now and you're reaching in on a guy, you might as well just say, hey, Mr. Referee, can you take me out of the game?
Did you have a word with Justin about that at halftime, or did he already know?
He already knew. SK wanted to debate. Of course, we watch film at halftime, so he got to see his foul at halftime.
What about the lift that Justin gave you guys in the second half, just the emotion that he played?
Well, he gets a double-double in 25 minutes. He's a trained Bearcat, much like many guys who put that jersey on and going out there and giving their heart and soul for a win. I'm hoping there's a day where he'll get a triple-double. If we quit fouling the dribbler as he goes to the basket, he would have had maybe 7 or 8 blocks today. There's a game out there maybe with 10 block shots for him, especially now he's playing against the other team's 5-man defensively instead of last year at the 4. Keeps him closer to the basket. But we've got to learn that when we're beat, we got to run with the dribbler and let Justin block the shot. Quit trying to reach in and foul the guy low, and then wonder why they call a foul. They're calling every foul.
Is that like the ultimate compliment for you to call somebody a trained Bearcat?
Yes. For me, that means everything. For a long time, really since this arena's open, the reason our program is where it is, people say, obviously, Coach Huggins will someday be in the Hall of Fame here and probably the Hall of Fame in Naismith. I just want to be in the Hall of Fame as a dad. But there's been a lot of guys from Corey and Terry and Herb Jones. And, people don't count guys like John Williamson. The guy was the ultimate warrior, playing 6'5", 6'5" is against Roy Hibbert and Jeff Green at the same time. And that's why our program survived. Justin's, he's become one of those guys. So is Titus. Titus Rubens has done the same thing. Them guys play unbelievably hard. But we got to get a lot better. It's a long year. I think NC State's going to be a good team when they can get their 7-footer back. Gives them a little more added depth, gets one more freshman off the floor for them. It's hard to play with those guys on the floor for extended periods of time like they probably had to, and they maybe wore down a little bit at the end.
Was this a big win?
Every win's a big win. Never take winning for granted, regardless of opponent. That's how we approach it. We also approach it that whether you win or lose today, we're off tomorrow, we got practice at 12:30 Thursday, you got to get better. Because in our game, it's all about developing players so that for their careers and developing your team. So you can't get too high or low after a win. You got to evaluate and get better. So, but they all add up.
You had to be happy with how they defended T.J. Warren tonight.
Well, you got to guard people as a team. I think we kept him off the foul line. Our goal was to not let him get to the foul line. We talked a lot about T.J. Warren compared to Doug McDermott, who shot 11 free throws against us in the NCAA tournament last year. You give a scorer 10, 11 made free throws. Now he finds his rhythm as a shooter because he's standing there making shots. He's also getting points. So we kept him off the foul line. He's 2 for 2. Try to make him make field goals to beat us.
He's a 60% shooter. You held him to 33.
Yeah, he's 5 for 15. But, we got some guys who play pretty good defense. We take a lot of pride in our defense. I think the other thing, our press didn't let them get set up where they could get him the ball in his comfort zone. If he'd have got the ball in his comfort, when he did get the ball in his comfort zone in the first half on the elbow, he was able to go to work in the low post. He had a great quick spin move. So, and then Titus, down the stretch, Titus has a lot of pride. Like I said, Titus Rubles is a Bearcat. Game's on the line, he's denying the guy the ball. That's why you win games. Players win games. You can talk about hard and scream and yell as a coach all you want. You got guys like Titus Rubles that when the game's on the line, he's going to deny a guy the basketball so he can't beat you. You got a chance to win.
You guys really took it to him in the paint and on the boards. Do you attribute that more to you guys just being the bigger team or having more of a will and desire to take it to them?
Well, they had 16 offensive rebounds. 5 of those were team rebounds where it got knocked out of bounds. So I thought that kept them in the game. They did offensive rebounds. We go pretty hard to the glass. I think we probably did a better job at getting to the foul line. You look at the difference in the game, and we made 11 more free throws than they did, and we won by 11.
What do you think of the crowd for a 5 p.m. start on the day?
I have the same opinion, and every time you ask me that question, I focus on the people that come to the game. I get asked a lot about the schedule, and we got to play this team, that team, and attendance, this and that. The people that support us, I appreciate them, and the students that are here, and everybody who was here today, we appreciate them. Hope that they had a great time, and they come back Saturday at 2 o'clock.
Talked in the preseason about wanting Justin and Titus in particular to be able to play more back to the basket and offensively, and that was tonight a pretty good example of what they can do down there.
Yeah, we just got to get them the ball. We did a good job of getting them the basketball. If they get the ball, they're going to score or get fouled. And it wasn't that easy because they were denying our wings, so it was hard to get into our post-up stuff, so we went more to pick and roll. But the more we get them the basketball, those guys are going to be effective. Playing Titus closer to the basket is really helping him. This brings his shot fake into play. And when he slows down, he's really, really hard to guard. And Justin was 4 for 8. He rushed a few around the rim. 4 for 8's bad for him. In practice, we chart everything. The guy's shooting like 80%. It's unbelievable. And just finishing around the rims. But he's playing against the bigger guy, walling him off. So it's a good experience for him. But we got to continue to get the ball close to the basket. That's a big key for us. Can't just settle for jump shots. That's a recipe for a loss.
Only 8 3-pointers taken tonight.
No need to shoot them unless you're wide open. Can't get fouled shooting a 3 unless you shot fake and the guy leaves his feet. And a game like that, we did a good job in the second half. Controlled the game with our offense at times. At times, I thought SK, he rushed a few. And when he does that, he's just bailing out the guy guarding him. That's all he's doing, because if we're going to come back to him and make him foul him, or we're going to get inside and get scored and get fouled. So just got to continue to get him to calm down, which is hard because he's such an intense player. But when he calms down and slows down, he's tough to defend. He's really tough to defend. He's going to have a great year. You got to get 20 in his sleep because he keeps getting to the foul line. But I must keep staying on him about slowing down. When he slows down, he's as good as 2 guards as there in the whole country. He's that good of a player. He's going to play professional basketball. Don't you agree?
Anything else?
She just wants a blow pop all the way home. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want?